Welcome back to MGA TV One Big Brother, where we explore the hidden stories of surveillance, control, and power. Today, we're turning back the clock to the 1920s, a time of great social and political change. At the center of this era was Marcus Garvey, a visionary leader who inspired millions with his message of Pan-Africanism and black empowerment. But as Garvey's influence grew, so did the attention of U.S. intelligence agencies. This is the story of the FBI's surveillance of Marcus Garvey and the efforts to undermine his movement. Marcus Garvey was born in Jamaica in 1887, but it was in the United States that his ideas would truly take root. In 1916, Garvey arrived in Harlem and quickly became a powerful voice for black empowerment. He founded the Universal Negro Improvement Association, or UNIA. Garvey's message was simple but revolutionary. Black people should unite, take pride in their heritage, and strive for economic independence. The UNIA grew rapidly, attracting millions of followers. The United States was deeply concerned about radical movements disrupting the social order. The Red Scare heightened fears of communism and anarchism. Garvey's influence among African Americans was seen as a potential catalyst for unrest.
Garvey is a dangerous agitator who could inspire black Americans to challenge the racial status quo.
J. Edgar Hoover was particularly concerned about Garvey. In 1919, Hoover authorized significant surveillance of Garvey, marking the beginning of a campaign to neutralize him. Section 3. Surveillance and Infiltration. The Bureau of Investigation began to monitor Garvey's every move. Agents attended UNIA meetings, tapped phones, and intercepted mail. Hoover even went so far as to plant informants within Garvey's organization, hoping to gather enough evidence to bring him down. The Bureau's surveillance was relentless, and the reports they compiled portrayed Garvey as a dangerous radical who needed to be stopped. But Garvey wasn't just a target because of his politics. His message of black pride and self-sufficiency directly challenged the racial hierarchy of the time. For Hoover and others in the U.S. government, Garvey's ability to inspire and mobilize millions was a threat to the existing social order, and they were determined to find a way to silence him. Section 4. The Fall of Marcus Garvey. The U.S. government's campaign against Garvey culminated in his arrest and trial in 1923. He was charged with mail fraud in connection with the Black Star Line, a charge that many believe was politically motivated. Despite the lack of solid evidence, Garvey was convicted and sentenced to 5 years in prison. Garvey's imprisonment marked the beginning of the end for the UNIA. Although he continued to advocate from prison and later from Jamaica, his movement never regained momentum. Section 5. Garvey's Legacy and Government Surveillance. Marcus Garvey is remembered as a key figure in black liberation. His ideas inspired movements from civil rights to Pan-Africanism. His story warns of government surveillance suppressing dissent. The FBI's campaign against Garvey set a precedent for surveilling black leaders. Garvey's legacy is one of resilience and a reminder to stay vigilant against oppression.
Marcus Garvey was a visionary who dared to dream of a united, empowered black race. But his challenge to the status quo made him a target for the FBI. The story of Garvey and the FBI is a stark reminder of government surveillance. Was it justified or driven by fear and prejudice? Share your thoughts in the comments below.